tuiache nchi yetu. Wameifilisi. Wewe unataka kimbia mbele risasi na acha uboya yeye mpumbavu nini?
The morning of October 29th, 2025 began not with celebration but silence. Streets that once buzzed with anticipation now echoed with the distant sound of boots and the rumble of armored vehicles. In Tanzania, voting had just begun, but many already believe the results were written long before a single ballot was cast. President Samia Suluhu Hassan, once hailed as a reformist, now stands accused of orchestrating one of the most repressive elections in Tanzania's modern history. Her path to re-election has been cleared of all credible challenges. The opposition is crippled, the internet is throttled, and fear hangs thick in the air. In Dar es Salaam, turnout was visibly low, long lines of past elections replaced by scattered faces, voting under the watchful eyes of armed officers. The mood, resignation. In Arusha, it was different, defiance. Youth-led groups took to the streets chanting Samia must go, but within minutes, police moved in. Tear gas filled the air, shots were fired, videos surfaced online, raw, unfiltered, and quickly taken down.
Nacheka ila naogopa.
This is not just an election, it is a test of Tanzania's soul. Let's rewind. The repression did not start today, it has been building for months. Tundu Lissu, the outspoken opposition leader, has been behind bars since April, charged with treason, a convenient move that silenced the most dangerous voice to CCM's dominance. Luhaga Mpina, the ACT Wazalendo candidate, was struck off the ballot in August, accused of nomination irregularities. In short, no one credible was left to challenge President Samia. Human Rights Watch and Amnesty International say that more than 200 activists, journalists, and opposition figures have disappeared or been killed since 2019, many in the run-up to this very election. It is a pattern of intimidation designed to keep the people silent. But the silence is cracking. On social media, despite government bans, hashtags like hashtag #MO29 and hashtag Stop the Election exploded worldwide. Kenyans, Ugandans, and Rwandans shared clips of police violence and empty polling stations. It has become a digital rebellion, one that even internet blackouts could not suppress. Back in Dar es Salaam, young protester recorded himself saying, quote, "They took our leaders, they took our voices, but they cannot take our courage." That clip has now been viewed over 3 million times outside Tanzania. Meanwhile, the government insists all is well. Deputy Police Commissioner David Misime warned that protest will not be tolerated. Tanks patrol city streets. Radio stations repeat the same line: Tanzania is peaceful, the people are voting. But the truth tells a different story.
Bendera hapa wakuu. Bendera hapa wakuu. Haya. Nyanyua bendera ise. Mwambie na jirani yako wasenge tunawatoa leo CCM. Change time. Hey! I say. Ha!
Observers from SADC and the EAC report limited access to polling stations. The UN has condemned what it calls a climate of fear. Even Kenya's Human Rights Commission has labeled the vote a mockery of democracy. President Samia, in her final campaign rally, told supporters, quote, "will not allow foreign interference." Yet, the real interference, according to critics, came from within. The question now is not whether Samia will win, it is what happens after she does. If the results show another landslide for CCM, amid empty polling stations and widespread arrest, the crisis will only deepen.
Swala la kususia uchaguzi sio jambo la busara. Inahitajika kwamba kila chama ambacho kinahitaji, ambacho kimepita katika kushiriki, kilitakiwa kushiriki, lakini sio kususia uchaguzi.
Harakani rais yoyote atuangalie kwa wingi sana sisi vijana. Unajua vijana sisi ndio nguzo ya taifa na ndio tegemeo la taifa. Kwa hiyo kwa maono yangu mimi tuangalie sana vijana. Vijana tupewe kipaumbele sana. Hata zikitokea fursa za kazi, biashara, kama kuna mikopo kwa vijana wenzangu, jitokeze kwa wingi.
Tegemeo yangu kwa siku ya Jumatano uchaguzi mkuu ni kwamba Chama cha Mapinduzi kitashinda kwa 100%. Maana wananchi wengi wa Tanzania wengi wanakipenda hiki chama na kina ubora na maendeleo yanaonekana. Uchaguzi mkuu inatakiwa ushiriki chama tawala na vyama pinzani. Chama kimoja kikigoma kushiriki katika uchaguzi si tatizo, maana vyama pinzani vipo vingi tu mbona, na vimekubali kushiriki na vyote vinashiriki kwa ukamilifu kabisa, na chama chetu cha Mapinduzi tunahakika nacho kitashiriki hasa kisawa sawa.
A generation of Tanzanian youth better connected, better informed and more defiant may not accept business as usual, and that is the real story here. Tanzania's election is not just about one leader or one party. It is about whether an entire nation will accept fear as the new normal, whether East Africa's second largest economy becomes a fortress of control or a beacon of change. As votes continue to be counted and results loom, one thing is clear: whatever happens next will define Tanzania's political destiny for decades. This is not the end, it is the beginning of a reckoning. Newsroom, Maisha TV, Reader Kering Chubet.